Hi guys,
Hi.
it's Chris, Natural Progressive with Valhalla. Um, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Basil's not here. I'm just kind of sad because Basil's not here and Veg is not here.
Maybe they're
I'm
protesting.
I doubt they're protesting. I mean, because Basil lives in the middle of nowhere, and I really wanted to talk to him about gardening. This is why I look like this. I've been gardening all day. This is my gardening get up. I've been gardening. That's what I do. But hello, Kim Centeno, Hans. Hello, Rich Diana. I'm a sweet leaf. Hello, love you guys. Um, Rich Diana. Gazar. Hello. Jean is here. Hello, Jean. And CB Youngsley. Hello. Yeah. Chris Foster's here. Hello, Chris. You made it. Yay. The last thing I need at this hour is an advert for Sleepcast. My eyes could stop traffic as it is. Oh my, I know. I mean,
Oh,
I'm at half mast already. I mean, all I did was a little bit of gardening. I get so fucking tired. Um, but it is what it
hey,
is.
Rich, Diana.
I really wanted to talk to Basil about gardening. Like that was like the thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know where the Basil is. I sent him a link. Him and Veg were supposed to be on with me and Val. Um, I don't know what's going on. I don't. But if you want to address this, please use at the natural progressive at Gmail or no at the natural progressive, the natural progressive, and then I will see it. It'll highlight it because there's a lot of comments going on right now. Um, Rich Diana, hello. Thank you for coming. Book is here. Troy McDermott is here.
Hello,
Um,
Troy.
yeah, we have the best people. I swear to God. And I've had the toughest week. This week has been freaking crazy. I politically, um, kind of personally, and socially, everything is just fucking nuts. I mean, they're opening up everything right here. I don't know how they are in your state, but here they've pretty much put the green light on all business. And while we are like the COVID is like going through the roof, it's like fine, okay, yay. Um, and meanwhile, I get the news that I have some kind of a heart condition and get referred to a cardiologist, and I'm freaking out a little bit, just a little bit, because this virus is attacking people's hearts and causing um, clots and stuff, blood clots.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
that's what
Yeah, so I've been on short-term disability since March, and I'm just wondering how long I get this benefit. I do have long-term disability, but still 75% of my income, so I'm missing 25% of my income. It's kind of tight. Anyway, Gazar says protests gives themselves a bad press in the UK. In the UK, yeah, I mean they've been really peaceful here. How have they been there, Val?
well, we not only have the George Floyd case locally. Louisville, Kentucky, has the Breonna case, where the cops broke into her apartment, mistaken apartment, and shot her 8 times. So they're
Wow.
more protesting about Breonna than the George Floyd case. Though it's kind of slacked off.
Don't
They
you think
but
the
they,
protests are more than that, though? I mean, those are awful, god awful. But don't you think the protests are more about the inequities in general,
yes,
not
yes,
just between blacks and white? It's more about the elite against the um, like regular everyday people. I think people are just mad in general.
people are mad. Yeah, and it's almost come unhinged. You had the taking down people taking down statues all over the place. That's very
Well,
popular. Everybody's
I'm
loving it.
happy they're taking down those
Confederate,
Jim Crow
yeah,
statues, the Jim Crow
Jim
era
Crow era,
statues.
yeah.
I had to educate my husband about that because he didn't understand what that was about. I'm like, I'm okay with that. You know, he's like, he was pissed because they were taking down history, and I'm like, yeah, but those statues were put up intentionally to intimidate the blacks during the
Correct.
anti-segregation era. So, you know, it's not just taking down history. There's a lot more to it. It's a lot more nuanced than that. I'm Sweet Leaf. I know you're worried. I know me. I am. Thank you. I'm Sweet Leaf. You're a sweetheart. That's your name. Sorry you were having a heart condition, says Anthony Davis. Yeah, I'm a little freaked out by that. BLM book says, so let's give them C10. What's C10? I don't know what that
He
is.
said,
Book. Did you send them?
okay,
Do you still have COVID? I never had COVID as far as I know, but there's like a 20 to 30% false negative rate. So I don't know. I had all the symptoms when I went and got tested, but it came out negative, and it was a super dry sample because I have sinus issues, and it's either like runny like crazy or dry as hell. And they tested me when it was dry, like my whole sinuses was dry, and I don't think they got a good sample. But what do you do? Um,
except go another day.
I haven't. Wait, Gene, I haven't heard Val go on a rant in a long time. Okay, I guess you're due for a rant, Val. Um,
Yeah, I could
Anthony
just.
says hello. Hold on, let me read through these, then you can go on a rant. Gazar,
Um,
many embolisms. Yeah, but the COVID's attacking your freaking heart. If you listen to Chris Martinson, which I do occasionally, um, I haven't listened to him for a while. I haven't even listened to the other doctor for a while because it's just too much stress, and my heart starts racing, and then I get freaked out because I recently been diagnosed with a heart condition. So I'm trying to keep my heart rate low so I don't. I've been watching gardening channels instead um, of keeping up with politics and everything that's going on. Oh, there's Basil. Basil's here. Yay! Yay! I get to talk gardening.
why
Hi,
is he
Julie.
there?
Hello,
Why is he
Julie.
there and not here?
Huh?
Why is he there in the chat and not here?
No, I just added him.
Okay, tell him. Okay, there he is.
He's coming in
Hey,
the house. Basil's here, guys. Basil.
better late than never.
I know.
Country people with their.
Aries Martin is here. I'd like to know which veterans said they should be making natural battlefields or statues while the bullets and the cannon balls are flying. Dumb flags or some bridge or structure name. Yeah, me too. Basil. Or Aries. Where's Basil? He was here.
Okay, cannonballs were flying of some dumb flag. That sounds like some Civil War stuff.
Yeah, it does. I am out. Can't see nothing. What? You can't see anything? What's going on? What's going on, people?
Okay, Basil, turn on your video.
Are you here? Can we hear? There you are. I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me?
now, Basil.
We can hear you.
I put
Turn on
a
your video.
I put a piece of. Where do you do that?
Just run your cursor
I'm
over the
there.
bottom of the screen, and it'll have a video thing with a slash through it, and you can turn it on.
Okay.
Getting closer.
We're getting there. Basil's here. At least we can hear him, if nothing else. That's good. Hi, Jean.
Bottom left of the screen. Your left,
There
my
he
right.
is.
There.
He's fuzzy, but he's there.
Looks really fuzzy.
Hi, Basil.
Yeah.
How are you
Looks
doing?
real fuzzy. I'm on my porch and it's dark out here.
Oh.
That's probably why it's
Yeah, it's
so
dark
difficult to see.
towards the East Coast. I want to know, Basil,
Yeah,
about the
9:16.
gardening situation there. Anthony Davis.
Oh, everything just pretty much started here. We're in the we had snow in May, so
that's crazy.
I think we had a frost May 25th. So we're just
We had a frost
everything I
too,
had
about the
started
same time.
inside just got out. So it was a heavy frost. It actually knocked out a lot of our fruit. I don't think I'm
Wow.
gonna have any peaches this year. Apples are not really that productive. Got some cherries, but everything that came in early was wiped out. So and plus we're having that whiplash where it's rainy and cool, and then it gets hot and it gets dry. Nothing is normal anymore.
It's not normal here either. I lost a lot of stuff with the frost. I'm doing pretty good now. I almost lost a watermelon. A lot of leaves died off. It was a cheater watermelon. I bought a seedling and planted it, and then we got down to 40 degrees, which watermelon doesn't like 40 degrees. So it almost died, but
No,
I think I saved it. Yeah, and some of my garlic died, which is really weird.
that's very strange.
I know. I may have buried it too deep.
Garlic is one thing I've never had problems with.
I'm new at garlic. I think I buried the
But
cloves too deep on some of them. So, I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm trying to
That is
learn.
a hell of a hospital.
did you plant
Everybody
them in the
died.
fall?
No, I planted them in February.
I usually plant my garlic in the fall, and it comes up early in the spring, and it can take frost, no problem.
Yeah, but okay. So I planted the garlic because I had garlic cloves that were already starting to sprout. And so I did it in February because the ground was workable, and I did it. And then we had a huge frost after that, and then they just shot up. There were nothing, and then they shot up, and they looked really good. And then we got like 90 degrees, and then it went back down to like a 50-degree high, and like just a couple days ago it was 50 degrees, and then it went back. Today it was they said it was supposed to be 97, but in the shade it showed 100 on our thermometer. So yeah, the weather whiplash is killing me. It's like, how do you keep a garden going with these temperatures?
Like the way during summer.
I don't know.
It's going to get hot. Beckwith did a video talking about 2 centigrade increase by August. That's a lot, baby.
Yeah, I was watching Beckwith too. I mean, I don't know. And what are you doing, Basil? You were talking about, you dug in like into the ground and made kind of a greenhouse underground or something like that.
Well, that's one thing that's the most stable thing on earth is the earth. I mean, it stays 50, 60 degrees, because I spend a lot of time in my basement because it's always 50 degrees down there. And if you partially, dig into the ground and make a greenhouse that is underground, that will maintain the temperature much better than an above ground greenhouse. So we started digging that about a year ago, and I just never got it finished. I've been using like old. There's a place called Reuse where you can get old windows and stuff, and I was going to just build it from scratch. And now the Reuse place is closed because you have to make like an appointment to go there because of the COVID crap. And I haven't got it installed yet. So I've been starting everything in the basement with lights and putting agricultural fabric over my raised beds with like little hoops.
Oh yeah.
And which protects it from the frost.
And you can also put hay cloth over that to protect it from the sun, right? I don't know.
The sun's not really that strong here. We're probably about equal in latitude to this France. So it doesn't really get that, or it used to not get that hot here. I mean, we've had heat waves as well, but We moved here because the average temperature in the summers was always like 70, 75 degrees. 80 degrees was hot. And now we're getting 80 degrees in June and May. And then, like you said, it's a whiplash.
Yeah, our normal for
adapting to this is been difficult.
Oh, Karen's on. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
Karen should pop in with you too and say hi.
Yeah.
She's blurry due to how low light.
She's here.
You are pretty blurry, Basil.
Basil is totally off grid, right? You're off grid, right, Basil? Got solar panel. I think you closed the door. What's up, man?
This is my speaker.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Pat, the Batman fan is coming in.
Oh, awesome, Pat. So Basil, you're off grid, right? Basil?
100%.
That is so
yes.
awesome.
Hey, Pat.
Can you hear me?
Hello, Pat.
Yes.
Hello.
There you are. How you doing, Pat? Batman
Gary.
fan?
The computer that I'm using is...
I'm just walking home now.
From the protest? You've been protesting, man?
No, I was working. Aren't you guys lucky?
Damn.
You get a tour of North Hollywood.
Show us a little.
You might get to see me get run over by these fucking morons here.
Oh, nice. Great.
Yeah. Everybody in LA is the most important person on the road.
Yeah.
Everybody probably knows about that.
Everybody's a future star.
Yes.
Including
oh, that was it.
Okay.
I just got rid of the fuzziness.
Flashback. Oh, there! Now we can see Basil. Yay!
Amazing.
Well, I had a piece of tape over my video thing for like 5 years, and I just took it off today. So that was like the adhesive that was on my camera.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Is this too am I too noisy?
No.
Traffic.
You're fine.
No.
You're fine, Pat. Well, Pat, really quick, tell everybody about your karaoke channel.
Yes. Karaoke Closet. Subscribe now.
We need to get Karaoke Closet going on because we need some fun. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun. Friday night, I think we're gonna do a couple more songs tonight, hopefully.
That's awesome.
A quick explanation, since that was a fun thing that Jamie and I used to do, is go to our favorite karaoke bar down the street, which incidentally, if you watch the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the last Quentin Tarantino movie, you can see it across the street when Brad Pitt is picking up the hitchhiker girl. You can see our karaoke bar right there in the background. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, since it's closed, I decided to set up a karaoke setup in our closet.
We're going to set one up in our barn because me and my husband used to always like to go karaoke too. So.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Yeah,
we don't have a whole lot. I can't sing where the fuck, but I do it anyway because it's fun. Yeah. Right?
We don't have a whole lot of... Not a whole lot of room in the closet, but it's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
No shit. No shit. Okay. I want to talk gardening since I have Basil on. And feel free to share any pictures of your garden because gardening is what's keeping me like sane right now with everything going on. Gardening is the only thing that I have to hold on to. Are you gardening, Pat?
I'll make a vid tomorrow.
Okay.
I can't grow any. We can't really grow anything.
I'll make a vid tomorrow and show you, Christine.
Okay, cool. I need to see it. I want to show y'all, what I've been doing. My three sisters' garden is just exploded with the squash, the beans, and the corn. I'm so excited how big it's gotten. I don't know. Maybe I can show you some of it. Okay. Let me see. Where is it? It's hard to see. Okay, it should be like in front of that red truck. Do you see the green stuff? That's corn, beans, and squash, but you can't see this. I'll have to show it to you, like do a video up close, but that's my leatherworking stuff. Anyhow.
I could show you the Pierce Brothers Cemetery. It's right over here.
Okay.
No, I already
I don't know where Veg is. Do you know where Veg is? I think my husband just came home. Uh-oh, we lost him. Oh, there he is. He's back. No, he's gone. He's back. He's gone. Where'd Pat go? Dang it. Anyway, let me show you this. Did you see this basil? My seed organizing. If I don't throw it all over the place. Have you seen this really cool thing? I have never found a really good organization system for seeds until I discovered accordion files. What do you think? Is this a good way to organize seeds or what?
I've been doing that for years.
Really?
I've been doing that for years. Yeah. I have a little smaller one, but that's where I put my seeds
I had
and
a
I
smaller one.
label
It
them the
didn't work
same
as
way.
well. I had to get it bigger because I have so many seeds. Actually, I have 2 of them, but I'm working on it. So how's Sam doing? Have you been able to visit him a bit?
Oh, yeah, I went over there today, and he's got a guy named Alistair over there. It's helping him cut down a big terrace where there used to be a still or something, and there's going to be a bunch of people living there. And this guy Alistair's building a teepee, and we're going over for dinner tomorrow night. So I'll probably make a video going over there.
Oh, nice. Tell him hi
But
for
he seems
me.
like he's doing well. He's happy.
I'm glad he finally
I
made
gave him
it
a
out
hug.
there.
He was all sweaty.
He was all sweaty. Story of my
Yes.
life. I'm all sweaty every. Got first squash blossom today, says Jilly. Awesome. That's so cool. Let's see. Let's see where we're growing stuff. But I'm also going to farmers market tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm going to the huge one to buy some more vegetables. Oh my God, what is that noise?
That was a motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, so Sandy is going to the farmer's market because she didn't get enough growing. Sandy, I know it's so late your season out there because of all the cold weather. You couldn't keep up, you know. And it's still here, on either side of me, there's people growing stuff, but their stuff is like this big. My stuff's like this big. So I'm doing all right. I feel good compared to my neighbors. Even the growingest neighbor I have that always has this giant, huge garden. My stuff looks better than theirs, and every year they have the biggest garden, and mine's better than theirs. So I'm kind of happy. I guess I'm doing okay. So let's see, Kameshwari Kate. Hey gal, she's here. She says hi to you, Basil, in case you can't see the chat.
hey, Kate. Love you, buddy.
Is that a guy? Wait, I always get confused. Rich Diana, I think is a guy, right? Even though Rich Diana sounds like a gal.
I know Rich Diana. That was on Kevin's show.
Yeah, yeah. But people call Rich Diana a guy, and I'm like, but Rich Diana sounds like a girl. But you never know if someone's using their spouse's account, you know? So I don't know. Come on, guys, don't make it complicated.
I use my real name.
I
knew
know.
a dirty Diana.
You and Karen, we know the difference. You have your own accounts. It's all good. We grow out till now, says Sandy. Oh my gosh. So you can't see the chat, Basil? I'm so happy you're here. I was just so excited
No,
to have you and Veg. But Veg, where's Veg? I sent him the link. I don't know why he's not here. Jean says, what birds have you been seeing these days?
I'm answering.
oh, I've been seeing yellow warblers, scarlet tanagers, Baltimore orioles, yellow-billed and black-billed cuckoos,
Oh, nice.
lots and lots of goldfinches. Birds are doing very well here in the Finger Lakes.
That's awesome. Rich Diana says,
Love you, Gene.
not sure myself. Okay. I'm okay. You know, I am the ex-wife of a transgender person. My ex is named Jeanette. Um, when I married that person, it was Trent. So no judgment here. I mean, that is my kid's other parent is not, yeah, not not
You
a
still
male.
friends?
Yeah, we're still friends. Yeah, of course we have to be because the
Oh,
kids.
good.
So I'm, I love my kids and I was in love with that person at one time in my life. So I'm not. I don't know. It made sense in the end. Just saying. After all that happened, it was like, oh, I get it now. Just like clarity happened. It was really weird, but yeah, clarity happened. Just kind of crazy. Not everybody that has that happen to them, but no, I get along with my ex very well. So, okay, Moose Gal sub to your channel, Pat. Right behind my fence is Tacoma. Kate says, okay, I'll come clean. I'm cisgen female. I wish I knew what that meant. But, whatever you identify as, I don't care, just be a good person. That's all I ask. Just be a good person. Whatever.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. Um, my ex is a great person, even though we didn't get along when we were married so much, but we get along way better now. I think in a way we still love each other, which is really weird, but true because, how do you not love the other parent of your children unless you're fucked up and unless they're abusive or whatever. Let's see. Hi, Troy McDermott. Let's see. This equals normal. Okay, thanks for that clarification. Book, I appreciate it because I don't know what that means. I guess that's what I am. Although I would never classify myself as normal. I that's just too weird. I don't think I'm normal at all. How about you guys? Do you think you're normal?
No.
No.
I don't like to be classified as normal. I think that's a bad thing. I think everyone
I'm
should be individuals.
abnormal.
Not exactly normal world, is it?
No, it's not. And how do you survive in a normal world when you're there is no such thing as normal anymore. Don't you think it's like there's no such thing? I'm Sweetly says yes, you should get along with love. That's a wonderful human being story. I know others similar, and clarity is so lovely. Yeah, it did make a lot of sense once I found out what was going on. I just wish she would have been honest with me back then, because then I would have known what I was dealing with. You know. Oh, Chris, I'm trans. Rich Diana. Okay, I lost it. Where'd it go? I'm trans. What does that mean? Portion? Poration? I don't know what that means, Rich Diana. I don't know what that means. God help me. I mean, I'm from Utah. People who are.
Transpiration is when plants breathe.
It's what? What?
Transpiration is when plants breathe.
Oh, cool. When plants breathe, we need more plants to breathe. Okay, Pat, there's something going on with your sound. I think it's really loud.
Sorry, I was just crossing the street. It shouldn't be that loud now.
Okay, much better. Okay, what the fuck is normal, says I'm Sweetly. Denoting or relating to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender corresponds with their birth sex. Okay. Normal is not the best way to describe one's gender. Yeah, true. I'm transmutating toxins right now. Okay, Jilly. I love you, Jilly. Did I say hi to Jilly? I think I did. Um, let's see. I just love talking to the people. I just wish Midge was here too, but okay, so what do you have planned out right now? Because I really wanted to make this more about gardens than anything. I know it's boring to some people, but gardens. Ah. Basil, I love your videos with the birds in the gardens. Like that is like it is just calming to me to see that kind of thing. I need that because the world's going to hell, and just seeing a little bit of life like prospering a little bit makes me happy. How about you?
I'll make you one tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'll go out in the garden and show you what we got going.
Okay, I'll look for it. I'm definitely subscribed to your channel, and I
Okay.
will definitely watch your newest video. I really want to know what's going on. Let's see. Uh, adding sis is silly.
Yeah, you guys, you gonna post some garden videos, Basil?
Yes, I'm going to do it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do one tomorrow too, and do an update on my gardens. I have the Roost Out garden going strong. I have, I think, 4 um bush bean plants that sprouted, and I have squashes that started to sprout. I'm waiting for the corn that I planted out there. Just what's that? What is that?
It's a giant beetle that just landed on me.
Oh my
Oh my
It's
goodness.
like
god!
about an inch long.
Oh my god! That's creepy. Oh,
Can you see
is
it?
that what you have out in New York? Because I want nothing to do with that.
Good for the soil.
Okay, Jean wants to ask about seed collection. Are you learning heirloom seeds? Jean wants to know. I just collect. I
Oh,
don't
I
have
save all my
any.
seeds.
Okay, Basil, I want you to talk more about it, but I just collected all the seeds from my bok choy, because the bok choy was absolutely awesome this spring. And then once it went to seed, it had these beautiful flowers, and the bees just loved it. And so I just let it go to seed, and like I'm gonna collect these seeds. So I don't have to ever buy them again. And so I collected a whole bunch yesterday, and I have a whole bunch more that need to dry out a little bit more before I collect the seeds. But yeah, seed collection is freaking awesome. I'm learning more about it as I go. But that was my first experience with seed collection, other than squashes and stuff that are pretty simple. Go ahead, Basil. What's your experience with seed collection? What do you save all your seeds?
Well, I've been I save all my seeds pretty much, but I let at least whatever the healthiest plants are, I let them go to seed, and I save them. And over the years, they become acclimated to your environment, and they actually almost change to be the best plants that will grow in your yard.
That makes sense.
So
Totally
I
makes
try to let the healthiest plants go to seed. But I've been collecting heirloom seeds for 20 years.
That's so
Heirloom
awesome.
So
tomatoes are
everything I
awesome.
have, I pretty much saved.
That's nice. I want to do more of that for sure. But okay, I don't know how to collect seeds. I have this. Um, I'm gonna do when I do my garden video. I'm gonna show this weed that's growing up, and it's a medicinal plant. It's called horehound, white horehound. Have you heard of that? It grows wild here, and
Oh,
it's
sure.
super,
Wolfhound?
yeah, super
Yeah, we've
prolific.
had it.
I love it, and it's such a bee, like it attracts bees like crazy. The bees love it. It's blooming right now. It doesn't have the prettiest blooms ever, but the bees love it. And I'm gonna video it with the bees, like how many bees are attracted by this plant. and you just dry it and use it as a tea, and we have so much of it here. There's no way I could possibly harvest it all, but you dry it and use it as a tea. It's great for respiratory. It's pretty much great for everything that the COVID causes. So like, oh, this plant, this earth is trying to take care of me, and every issue I have, this plant is good for.
There you go.
So my daughter told me, she's an herbalist. She says that plants tend to grow where you need them to when you need them. Like she has this whole holistic kind of attitude about it, and she's just sweet as hell. But she's like, yeah, if you need it, the earth will provide. I think you get too many people for that to actually happen, realistically. But I think it's really cool that the earth is trying to take care of you, like providing this plant that's never been here before. It suddenly just showed up this year. It's pretty crazy. And when I looked up what it was good for, it's like everything I need is it's my medicine, and it just showed up here. So I started drying it, and I'm gonna start using it as a tea, and that'll be my medicine. So pretty cool. Gene says,
Karen is really into the herbal.
really awesome, Karen. That's cool. Gene says,
And, most
holiday.
plants that come out in the spring are all expectorants. It's what you need after being inside all winter.
Yes,
So you need to get rid of the old,
yes,
just about everything that comes out, like the nettles and everything that blooms in the spring and comes out in the spring is designed to, if you eat it, it will get out the old that was from the winter.
yeah, and that's what the horehound, the white horehound does. They use it for cold remedies, bronchitis, liver, everything. Like it was, and it comes out in the spring, and then it's drying up right now and flowering, and then it's gonna be gone really soon. Basil, do you have a seed that might be considered rare or endangered? She asked me that too, but I'll answer it.
Oh, certainly.
Okay, what is
The
it?
rarest plant we have here is probably what is the monk's hood is something that we have here that's
Oh,
really endangered in New York.
oh,
And it grows everywhere. And I've been
oh, that's
planting
cool.
it.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
the flower looks like a monk with a hood on.
Oh, funny. Oh, I gotta see a picture of that. Make sure you show us that. That would be cool. Sandy says I grow lettuce up on my deck. There's no slugs up there. That's good, because slugs are a horrible problem. Because we have 5 or 6 different species of bees in our garden. It's a wild garden. That's cool. When you see bees, that just makes my heart all happy. And then Sam goes and kills one on his video. Damn you. Don't kill
Did
the
he?
bees.
I
He
didn't see
did. He
that.
killed a bee on his video. Jim, don't do that. Bees are awesome. Awesome. Let's see. My grandmother used to do. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so what is the rares? I just ordered the rares. I mean, I don't really have that rare of seeds, but I just ordered a super rare seed, and it's really expensive. It was like $8 for 5 seeds, and I consider that very expensive. Kajari melon. Have you heard of that, Basil?
No, I haven't.
It's a little
Are they
melon.
native to your area?
They're not native here. They usually grow in, I don't know where they got it from, but anyway, like Africa or something. But they're really tolerant to like shade and stuff like that, and they're super good. Apparently, they're very tasty. So I bought 10 seeds, and I'm hoping to get some melons because I love melons. And I just plan on using the seeds and regrowing them. I know I really would rather grow things native but I live in desert. I mean, there's not a lot native here. Shouldn't probably even be living here. But yeah, anyway, that's the most rare thing that
They
I
could
mean, I
not
don't have
take
anything.
it.
You what?
Moose
I don't think
Gals
I could
wanted to
take
know
the
when you're
desert.
going to start your series, Moose Gal. You mentioned something about a skills series.
I missed that. Okay. I'm missing some stuff. Okay. Anyway.
She just mentioned something about your skills.
Oh, when will I start my
series.
skill? Oh yeah, I was gonna do the survival Saturdays where we do, and Basil would be a perfect guest on that one. Like Basil, you'd be perfect. Like
Take it easy.
learning skills of preserving foods, growing foods,
Okay.
that kind of thing. I think that's what she's talking about because I was talking about it. I'm still trying to get my shit together on that, but with all the
Right.
crap that's going on with my health, I have it's like next week I have like 4 or 5 appointments with doctors, and it makes
Oh my
it
God.
difficult. So I'm just trying to make sure I get my regular scheduled in. Of course, Monday my internet went down, so that ended that. Hi, Dave. Dave, Independent Outsider, is here. Hi, Dave. Miss you. Watch Jimmy Dore's interview with Jesse Ventura. I know you'll like it. I mean, well, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, maybe you won't.
Does that get kind of wild? This Jesse Ventura
I
interview?
know. I mean, well,
No, it was good. I watched it.
it was interesting. He's like, yeah, the Green Party's probably fucked up. They're telling Jesse said that the Green Party was telling him he has no way to get the nomination there. And then Jimmy's like, well, other people in the Green Party are saying they do. So it's like now the Green Party's all fucked up because they're all segregated and divided. So, what good does that do? I don't know. Anyway, you should watch that interview. Just FYI, Dave. Can you take vitamin D tablets with food? I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know why you would.
I've never heard of anything, contradiction for
Karen, you
doing
should
that.
come on and say hi. Isn't Karen there with you somewhere, Basil? Tell her to come say hi.
It's so dark out here.
I'll come over.
Here, I'll come over to.
Okay. Go say hi, Karen.
Hi,
Karen.
everyone.
Hello.
Good to meet you, Karen.
Hello.
Karen Peterson. Yes. You're always welcome to
Hey,
come on
everyone.
Women's
Nice
Wednesday,
to see
by the way,
you all.
because we like you.
Oh, okay.
We
This
would
is
love
Zoom.
to have
I
you.
just loaded it
Well, I
tonight.
have. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, Zoom is fun and easy, so you can do it. All right. Good to see you, Jean or Karen. Oh my
Karen.
God, Karen. I'm sorry. I'm looking at chat and going back and forth. So
Fine,
I have
So
an excuse.
confusing.
I have a heart condition. I have an excuse. Okay. Yeah, that was a great interview.
So
On
this
Sweet Leaf.
is the inside of the cabin.
Oh no.
Tony Davis, he's saying you were mentioning Dr. John Campbell in a YouTube said if you use soap in the shower, it washes vitamin D from your skin. Fuck, man. But the oils remain clean, shower with soap. So yeah, just make sure you scrub everything when you're taking a shower. I'm joking. We all know how to take a shower, right?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
No
Let's
need
hope
for
so.
explanation. No need for explanation, Dr. Campbell.
Okay, guys, if you want to, we have like 10, maybe 12, 15 minutes left. So if y'all want to say anything to Basil, Pat, Val, or myself, please tag us and let us know, because that's the only way I really see it, because the comments go by so fast.
I was going to ask Basil. I got a call from Trump Jr. I'm sorry, he was having a panic attack, but I was going to ask Basil about his off-grid setup.
Oh,
What-
yeah,
what
that's
do
a
you-
fantastic thing to ask him about. Yes, tell us about your off-grid living situation.
All right.
See, you got lights.
We live in a wooden cabin.
Uh-huh.
We live in a wooden cabin that was built in the 70s.
That's so beautiful.
Wow.
And we installed metal roofing and 6.7 kilowatt solar
That's a lot.
panels. That's enough, certainly.
It's a lot. Yeah.
We have a little wind turbine, so when sun's not shining, we do have wind, and gives us everything we need. And we've been living here for we bought it in 2009
Wow.
and upgraded, and we don't know when the power goes out downtown. And we live on southern exposure, 1,400 feet up on a mountain.
Yeah, you never have power
with,
outages.
No,
You
we've
got
never
your
had a power
of
outage.
course you got your own batteries. You're not on the grid at all. So
Yeah.
there's no connection to the grid.
I'm Sweet
And-
Leaf says yes, Basil.
No.
That's great.
We
Off
have
the
a,
grid. Off the
I'm
grid.
not sure why.
We do have a.
I'm not sure why
I
people
don't know
who
if you
bought
can see this. I'm going to go in the basement.
why people bought multi-$100,000 houses have not put solar panels. I know you're not so much for solar panels, but it gets you off the grid. Basil's off the grid. I've got
No, I'm
partial.
not against solar panels on
I don't know.
individuals'
Can you
houses.
see it?
Oh cool. I am against like solar farms. Okay,
Right.
let's get this straight.
I'm against them too. I
I'm
have
against
solar
solar
panels.
farms. I'm okay with people doing individual solar, not solar
Oh,
farms.
okay. I'm glad you clarified that. Because if everybody did this, we wouldn't be burning all this
Yeah,
coal.
and I'm also
these-
for
see
individual
it?
windmills.
So-called biomass. And I've got I have nowhere near what I think he's showing us. Yeah, he's showing us his solar setup.
That's crazy. No, I'm okay for individuals doing it. I'm not okay with the big solar farms. I'm not okay with that. I'm also not good with big wind farms. I'm okay
If
with
you look
people
at this,
doing
if
it
you look,
individually for their own household for solar and wind. I'm not okay with solar farms or wind farms.
he's showing all the batteries. He's showing how complicated a setup it is.
I'm not
That's,
really cool with all the batteries, but you have to
He's
have
got
them,
a
I guess.
lot of look at how complicated this solar setup is. It's inverters.
It is pretty
got
complicated.
It's not really that complicated.
Huh? It's complicated for the average
It's
person.
not really that complicated.
I know, but it's complicated for the average person. I installed my own solar.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me.
I've always been a DIY guy.
Well, if you're a DIY person, it's pretty simple, but you're talking a complicated situation where you have solar panels that you either got to have them on 12 volt or 24 volt. You got to pipe it down to a power
48
controller,
volt.
then pump it into a power inverter, and then you got to have all that on with the batteries. You probably had about $1,000 worth of batteries there, somewhere around that.
Oh, yeah.
And the inverters are
Batteries are probably the most expensive. There is 25-year warranty on.
right.
our
And the
system.
power inverters that you had are
So,
probably
I'm
about
60,
$500.
I'm 60 years old.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's about a
It's
$30,000
gotten a lot
setup.
cheaper.
I'm Sweet Leaf says yes on
Yep.
individualizing solar or wind to localizing what we can be used in making such things. Solar goes off at night and wind blows it at night. Gazar says.
Yeah, but
happens when-
Gazar's talking about these big power plants. If you Basil has batteries, so it doesn't really go
Yeah,
off at night.
But what happens when the batteries go dead?
Basil explained
They
he had a
don't go
wind
dead.
turbine.
How long do they last, Basil? And Cindy Seeley, we need to stay local as possible, and 100% agree with that. You know how
The power
I've
does
always
not
been.
go, the batteries never go dead.
Really? Never ever.
Batteries don't go dead when you have a full day of sunshine.
Yeah, he's got a lot of batteries, and
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
a lot of batteries.
All we
No,
do,
but not going dead. But when do they
all we
go
use
bad?
is,
How long do they last? How long till they go bad?
they have a 20-year warranty.
Okay, well that's good.
that would be
20
max.
years.
Well,
That would be max, Christine. 20 years.
the thing I worry about.
Yeah.
This is one thing I want to talk to you about is like if everybody we're starting to use solar, like the mining of the rare earth minerals, the copper, all that takes to make the solars. I mean, I'm all for the individual using it, but if you did it on a mass scale, it would be ridiculous. That's
But
my
what
problem.
about
And you
what
know
about
there's too many fucking people on this planet to do this reasonably without destroying
but
everything,
what
right?
about regular people going to Harbor Freight, Christine, and buying a solar setup for $200
I'm just saying that if everybody were to do
and
it,
getting you could do that. I did it. I've got solar panels on my house, but it's nothing near like what Basil has. He's a professional.
okay.
That setup
But
he has
can
must be.
Basil answer me, please? I don't know.
Basil, she's asking you a
What do you
question.
want?
Like,
About?
if everybody were to go and do this, what would be the destruction of the planet? I mean, I think we should, like, smart people like
I
us,
did this in
like
2009.
people who understand what the problem is. If they did it, and those other fuckers that didn't fucking understand the problem, I'm okay with them having a problem. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I messed up, but I
I
just
did
don't.
this in 2009, the same time that Guy McPherson went off grid.
You're smart. You're
And I
very smart.
realized 10 years in, I'm not making that much of a difference. I'm just having a good life.
Yeah, you are, and it's probably cheap life too. Because ours says batteries last longer if you don't abuse them. That's true. That's true. That's true. Your cell phone and everything else too. It's the way it is. Solar
We
is.
do have a phone
I'm just
line.
saying. I'm just saying that a regular person can go down to Harbor Freight
Hi,
and
Tim.
buy one of their solar kits for a couple $100 and
Yeah,
at least get partially off the grid.
we have a couple solar panels from Harbor Freight. They're just for camping. They're just little, but
Okay, you've got them, but
then we use
it'll
our
be
car battery and a whatever
yeah.
that
That's
is.
called a redneck. That's called a redneck generator, by the way.
Yeah. Well, we have a real generator also.
But a car engine's a lot bigger than that generator.
How much does solar panels cost for put on a house? Depends on who you go to. If you can do it yourself, you can do it a lot cheaper. But if you're talking to the people who install them, it's usually like 7,000, 8,000. You think?
No, you're starting at like 20,000 for a professional setup.
Oh, they're
Starting.
talking. When I had it checked out, they said 7,000, 8,000. I'm sure it depends on where
They
you're
must have
at.
been. It wouldn't have been in the entire home. Not like Basil's. Basil probably has like a $25,000 setup.
I don't know. Let's ask Basil.
Well, we had the whole system probably cost us what was it, 15 years ago, $30,000,
Yeah.
and then we got a state and a federal refund. So we wound up paying, I think it was like 30,000.
Yeah,
but
what I said.
It's paid off now, and it's good for another 20 years. So we're 60 years old. We figured that'll get us through.
It's cheaper
That'll get you
nowadays, I
through.
think.
Oh yeah, but some of the federals and state subsidies, I think, have gone away. They still have the subsidies here in New York.
Yeah,
For the
I don't think
state,
they
but
do
I don't think
here.
the federal
Cindy
ones do.
Seeley has to go, so bye, Cindy. Thank you for
Bye.
coming. An average
Adios.
refurbishing south in UK can give 3 kilowatt per hour, and we have shit weather, rain, and dull wise. Okay. I gotta show. Gazar sent me a really good article that I really have to like focus and read and share the information. It was a really good article. By the way, Human is here in the house too. Thank you, Human.
Yeah, he said bicycle generators is what everyone needs.
Oh, wouldn't
Yeah,
that be
that's
awesome? 'Cause
Gilligan's Island.
you would get exercise and you would build your own electricity.
That's how they powered Gilligan's Island.
I was just gonna say,
bicycle.
that was the first thing that popped into my fucking head was the professor's bike with the.
Right.
I don't know what that says, but
That's the first thing I thought of was Gilligan's Island.
Joking, of course, is Anthony. So an off-grid reality is a combination of what works locally via sources for energy and construction of homes, infrastructures, and construction of homes, infrastructures. Not all green technology will work the same way in all areas. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, it's true, right? Like,
Right.
I mean, I think we're pretty fucked anyway, but I mean, at least you can try, right? Like, do the best thing while you can, where
Stop
you're
sending
at, and
out
it's different. I mean,
yeah.
we have a lot of wind sometimes. Sometimes we have a lot of sun. I'm in the high desert, so we get wind and sun here. But I don't want a fucking solar farm right where the desert tortoises that are endangered live. I don't want that. But solar panels on my roof. Um, I don't know. I just think we need less people. Personally,
Well,
we
yeah.
can't do it with all the people. You can't do it for everybody. So, and if I have to go to help someone else survive, I don't care. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Which I'm probably
that's
going to be going within the next 3 years anyway, according to the statistics. So,
yeah. Well, according to what Beckwith said last night,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
and he
Yeah.
and he wasn't even showing that many charts. He was saying that 2 degrees centigrade by August
Yeah.
increase.
Well, I'm kind of happy. At least I might go of a heart attack before that happens. So,
Yeah, Trump might give you a heart attack.
I have a 55% chance of living 3 years. So, I'd probably go before that's a problem, I hope. I don't know.
Well, what's the chance of Donald Trump giving you a heart attack?
Probably, I don't know. Donald Trump, not as much as my immediate family giving me a heart attack. Not my husband or anything, but my like my parents and stuff, because they're Trump tards, and they love my brother-in-law and shit and everything way more than they love me because they are Trump tards.
They love money, right?
Yeah,
The
well,
root of all evil.
yeah. I mean,
They don't love money.
they love people that agree with them. I mean, they're
Okay.
stupid. I mean, no, they used to not be stupid, but then they got caught into
They're
boxes.
neutral on money then, right? They're neutral.
Well, no, they think money is
If
good, but
if
as long as
money
you
is the
give it
root
to.
of all evil, why does
Go ahead, Pete Basil.
I said if money is the root of all evil, why does it say in God we trust on it?
I know. That's funny.
I think that question answers itself.
Yeah.
Probably.
God loves money.
Oh my.
Well,
God takes care of the fools and the devil makes the rules.
no shit. But it's just so crazy how this whole political system has divided people so much. I'm not for fucking Donald Trump, and I'm not for Biden. I'm not for either one. I'm an independent. I don't give a fuck. Why do you have to take a side so hard that you would alienate your family for it? That's what I want to know. I mean, I would not take a side that hard. How about you guys? I mean, does that just blow you away that people do that? Like,
Karen and I are anarchists.
me
We
too.
believe in
Yes, anarchist,
small.
anarchy, small, local.
I love your cookbook. It's great.
It is not.
3 people.
I used to have that when
Yeah.
I was in high school.
Yeah. The love of money is the root of all evil, says
Okay.
Diana. Yeah, it's true. It's the love of money. Money, but I think barter system works better in a small community, and you just trade what you have for what you need, and that's the way I think it should work. But that will only work in a small community. It's not going to work globally. Because globally, then you're causing more pollution. You're causing more damage to the environment. We shouldn't be living globally. We should be living locally, and
Yeah.
that's my thing. Like, live locally. Live what you can survive on in your local environment. Try to grow your own food. Trade with your neighbors what you can't do yourself. Not and your leaders should know you personally. If someone is in charge of anything, they should know you personally and be accountable to every single person that and that's anarchy. People look at anarchy because it's been put out that way, that anarchy is chaos and craziness, but it's really not. not the way it was intended. The way it was intended was living locally and knowing everybody in your community, right, Basil? Am I wrong?
No, I mean, Aristotle and Socrates knew that democracy does not work in large groups, especially if it's based on market economics. It turns into monopolies, oligarchies, and tyranny.
Yeah.
It's happened. Every system that's ever been going has fallen the same way.
Yeah.
You can only do it in small groups.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be a small enough community that whoever's the leader of that community is accountable to everybody and they know every single person they're accountable to. That's the only way it would work, right? And it's not going to be craziness because the whole
Yes.
society will hold everybody accountable because everybody knows everybody, right?
Right.
And there's no hierarchy.
Yes, no hierarchy. Exactly.
Everybody
Exactly.
has an equal voice.
That's the way it should be. It's not, but that's the way it should be.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, shoot. Check it out. I hope you guys can see this.
Oh, pretty. What is that?
A Luna moth.
It's a Luna moth.
Oh, that's so
A
cool.
Luna moth.
Did you know we have
Huge.
lightning bugs here in Utah? Because I didn't know that till today.
That
That's
is
so fucking
crazy,
cool.
Christine.
But people don't know they have them because they're only in the wetlands, and people don't camp in the wetlands because there's too many mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah, we have lightning bugs here right now.
Oh, that's so cool.
That thing's about 4 inches long.
That's freaking cool.
The Luna moth.
A Luna moth. That's so awesome. I love nature.
Oh,
I got
I keep chasing it away.
All right, we're 8 minutes after, guys. Sandy, the degrowth people
Okay.
had a live stream yesterday afternoon. That was pretty good. I'll have to look at that. Is Monopoly money printed by monopolies? Yes. Scott Marteau, bioregional, yeah. Dunbar number based. Oh my God, I hate it when it skips.
Dunbar, you know what the Dunbar number is. That's like how many people in the tribe, right? About 150 people.
Yeah, you can't have too many. Yeah, no leaders is Robert
Oh,
Orejo.
my.
Hello, Robert. I hope I'm not missing anybody.
Did you guys
Read them all.
Rich
to see that moth?
Rich Diana says Basil, so cool.
That's a
Yes,
freak
that
show.
was so cool. Because they're making big hamster wheels in prisons for exercise and attach an alternator to generate power. The food does not go to waste. Yeah, but I don't know.
I think he's joking there. It's
Oh, I'm sure
kind of
he
a
is. I'm
joke.
sure he is but I'm like, there's no way. Oh my God, they're trying to save all the manufactured farming. Like, there's a big there was a COVID outbreak in one of the beef plants here, and I really hate that term beef plant. It's like meat are not, a commodity to
Exploit?
exploit.
Is that the word you're looking for? Exploit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm much better with hunting, than I am with factory farming. I just
Butchering.
I don't agree with the factory farming thing. I don't agree. When I went, I've actually been to this plant to deliver parts when I used to sell parts. I'm getting out of breath, so sorry about my squeakiness. But I went to this plant to deliver parts, and I just about threw up. There was this ramp that went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth up to this top of this building with cows lined up to be slaughtered. It was fucking disgusting. And I had the worst feeling ever watching it. I would rather an animal be harvested in the wild than go through that shit because I know how herd animals communicate to each other, and those animals know what's coming.
Yeah.
They see it from the
Smell
animal
it.
ahead of them. Yeah, and they'll smell the blood. So I hate factory farming with a fucking passion. I would much rather people harvest from the wild. There's just the simple fact is there's just too many fucking people to do that.
Too
We
many.
would eliminate every living animal
Thing
on
on
this
the planet.
planet
Yeah.
if we did that. So I don't know what the fuck to do. Is stop having fucking babies. God,
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Sorry, I
Use
have to
a
get that
raincoat.
out. Stop having babies. Stop having babies. Not just use a raincoat. Get yourself fucking sterilized. A
Yeah.
raincoat didn't work in my circumstances. The pill didn't work in my circumstances. The diaphragm didn't work in my circumstance. So let people get. I wanted to get sterilized. I would have been sterilized at 16 if you let me. I would have voluntarily.
Why don't we
Not,
just
not that I
sterilize
don't
people?
love my beautiful children, because I have the most beautiful children in the world.
Well, let's sterilize people from the sky. You know, like Dane Wigington. You know, just spray the sky, sterilize, stop the madness.
Yeah, Robert Arrejo. We're cutting down on meat. I'm moving my husband over to salads. We've actually had some really great salads. Um, some from our garden and some from, we're getting a lot more fresh vegetables locally now, until my garden grows in. But he's starting to like my salads. I do really good salads, fantastic salads. But when we do buy meat, it's from the local farmer, and it's local, grass fed, on pastures. It's not fucking factory farming. I will not buy factory farm meat ever, ever, ever. And I'm trying to get away from buying meat. Period.
Hey, brown beetles were hanging out now.
What?
We got a bunch of bugs up here because of the lights on.
Oh yeah,
the
they
porch.
love the lights.
Yeah, Book Herman said, you know, we're too far into overshoot for population, for lowering the population. Well, making more kids now is not going to make it any better, you know.
No, it definitely isn't. Gazar says, I don't like to see animal trucks full of lambs, etc. Then people say I'm having a bad day. Good point. I mean, I feel sick whenever I see lambs and cows and anything headed off in a truck, or pigs. And pigs are so smart. It's just disgusting to see them being hauled off.
Well, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that it might be happening to people in the future. What you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
it happened in the past. It's called, you know, the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Who's to say it can't happen again?
Yep.
They may just say, hey, it's just too many people. We got to get rid of them.
Is Jim Massa here? I'm sorry. Kim Santana was just addressing Jim Massa. Is he here? He hasn't been here forever. I don't see him. That's weird. Okay.
Well, he'll be back.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I hope so. We had a little issue, but I mean, I just don't like people touting information we don't know for sure is true. So that's it. Other than that, Jim Massa is awesome. So
yes, we want accuracy here, journalistic accuracy.
Yeah, and just your brother is not a good enough excuse. I mean, my accountant, his brother's an accountant. I have my accountant. They had contradictory information, so I wasn't going to do that. DD Sunbeam, sick does not have to do with lead to birth. Sterilization and birth control are available. Yeah, it needs to be more available, DD. I think it needs to be way more available, especially in right-wing states like I live in, because they would not let me get sterilized till I had 3 kids or was 23. So I would have been sterilized at 16 if they let me. I let it be available to anybody who wants it. Period. End of story. If you want to volunteer,
we could just put saltpeter in all the food, you know, and take care of this.
There you go.
You know, pregnancy problem.
Because ours is silent green.
Eat a lot of cornstarch.
A lot of corn syrup, a lot of saltpeter.
Cornstarch.
Oh my.
Trump is forcing his fans to sign a contract that they won't sue him if they get COVID at his coming rally. I'm sorry. I hate fucking Trump, but I hate Biden just as bad. So I think both of them are fucking idiots. I hate them both. I mean, why can't we have a better choice than that? I just want a better choice. Is that too much to ask? I want a better choice than Biden or Trump. I just do. I'm not going to choose.
Okay, fine. I'll run for president.
Okay, Pat, you would be a much better choice. I would totally.
Hey, I'll vote for Pat. I'd vote for you.
The sad thing is, I probably would be a better president.
You would, absolutely.
And I'm a disaster.
Good night, Anthony. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Okay, Ms. Gal, Republicans stifle progress, so do Democrats, but Yes, Mescal. Love you. Religious fanatics. Hold on, Pat. Preventing contraception in other countries. Yeah, in here, not in other countries, but here. I'm old school. Oh, that's you, Pat. Okay. All right. All right, you guys. We do have to get going really quickly
Yep.
here, guys. I love you
Yes.
all, Mescal.
I love everybody too.
Oh,
Yep,
Mescal
I'm
said she would
posting
be
the-
Pat's VP. Mescal is your VP.
I'm posting the link to my our karaoke channel there right in the chat now. Some people are
Yes.
subscribing to my channel, but it's a different channel. Please, I just want to get 100 subscribers. so I
Okay,
can-
put it in
I'm
the
subscribed already.
it's right in the comments. It's in the comments. I posted it a couple times. So
Okay, well,
please,
I'll
it's
post
like
it again.
27 people watching now. I better have 27 more subscribers.
Come on, guys. And don't forget to like my video. Damn
Yes,
it.
like this
Like
video.
my video,
I'll
please.
like it right now.
What is the name of it?
A lot. A lot, you guys.
He's
Good night,
asking what's the name of the
Sandy.
channel.
Love
It's the
you much,
karaoke
Sandy.
channel.
Karen
What's
The
that?
karaoke channel.
Yeah,
Karen, thanks for popping in. It was nice to see you, Karen.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We are gonna have changed our show to Sunday nights for the summer. Nice. Peace and love to all, says Karen. Good night, says Jean. Love fest. Yes, huge love fest.
Okay.
Human, love you so much. Thank you for coming. Kim Centeno.
Yes.
Namaste, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, brothers and sisters. Thank you so much, Pat the Batman fan. Basil, you are so welcome anytime you want to come on. You are
Yeah, man.
fantastic, especially to talk about gardening stuff, because love gardening. I'm so addicted to gardening right now. It's the only thing that keeps my heart from beating through my chest. So, yeah. All right, Gazar, good night. And I'm
Nighty night.
Love you so much. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Troy McDermott, love you guys. All right, we're
So
out
long,
of here.
suckers.
So long, sucker.
Bye.
Wait, you got to do live long as you can and prosper.
Live as long as you can. That's a trick. That's a trick there
Love you guys.
these days.